October is Emotional Wellness Month. It's a time to pause, breathe, and talk honestly about how we're really doing on the inside. Emotional wellness isn't just about feeling happy or calm, it's about learning how to live through the pain, stress, and loss without losing yourself in the process. For so many of us, that conversation starts with grief. Grief changes everything. It rewires how we see the world, how we move through our days, and how we connect with others. Some days you may feel grounded. Other days it's like standing in a storm that won't let up. But emotional wellness isn't about escaping that storm. It's about finding moments of balance within it. And for families like mine who've lost someone to addiction or fentanyl poisoning, that balance becomes a lifeline. Because until we start addressing emotional pain, the root of so much substance use, we'll never truly heal what's breaking us apart. Welcome back to Logan's Voice, a podcast about truth, awareness, hope, and healing in the fight against America's overdose and fentanyl poisoning crisis. I'm Doug Ballinger, Logan's dad. And every podcast, we talk about what it means to live, grieve, and grow in the shadow of loss. This month, October, we're focusing on emotional wellness because it's not just a mental health issue, it's a survival issue. When people carry deep pain and don't have safe places to express it, they look for ways to numb it. That's where so many stories of addiction begin. We can hand out Narcan and talk prevention all day long. But if we don't start healing hearts, we're treating symptoms, not causes. If you've ever struggled to find peace after losing someone, or if you've seen emotional pain lead someone toward dangerous choices, this episode is for you. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment because these conversations save lives. Let me know in the comments where you're listening from. When I lost Logan, my entire world felt silent. Grief hollowed me out in ways I couldn't have imagined. People said, "Be strong." But no one tells you how to do that when your heart has been torn in two. Over time, I started to realize that emotional wellness isn't something you achieve, it's something you nurture. One breath, one choice, one sunrise at a time. It's about facing what hurts and finding ways to live alongside it. And here's something I've learned through this journey. So much of substance use begins in silence and suffering. People don't wake up one day and decide to become addicted. They're trying to escape something: trauma, grief, shame, anxiety, depression. When we don't talk about emotional pain, it festers. And when there's a poison drug supply waiting to numb that pain, it turns suffering into tragedy. That's why emotional wellness isn't optional. It's foundational. It's prevention. It's protection. For me, healing began in nature. Each morning, I started hiking in the woods with my dog. Out there, surrounded by trees and birds singing, I felt something stir inside of me, a sense of calm that I hadn't felt in months. The forest became my sanctuary. A friend of mine is a certified forest bathing instructor, and she reminded me this isn't about hiking for exercise, it's about slowing down, breathing deeply, and letting the forest hold you. When I stand among the trees, I feel connected to Logan, to creation, to life itself. There's something sacred about realizing that even in the depths of grief, the earth keeps offering healing. Nature doesn't rush you, it doesn't ask you to move on, it simply holds space. And that's exactly what we need to do when our hearts are broken. So, how do we find balance in the storm? It starts by allowing what is. Emotional wellness isn't about pretending everything's okay. It's about giving yourself permission to feel everything that isn't. When we bottle things up, they find other ways to come out, often through anger, withdrawal, or unhealthy coping. Healing begins when we make room for honesty. Next, find anchors, small rituals that keep you grounded. For me, it's those quiet walks in the woods, listening to my footsteps and my dog beside me, the wind whispering through the trees. For someone else, it might be journaling, music, art, or simply sitting still. These small acts remind us that even when everything feels out of control, there is still peace to be found in presence. Third, don't be afraid to ask for help. Therapy gives you tools to process emotions that feel too heavy to carry alone. Support groups connect you with others who get it. Emotional pain thrives in isolation, but it loses power when shared. That's why connection, not control, is the antidote to addiction. We also need to rethink prevention. If we're serious about ending the overdose crisis, we have to stop treating emotional pain like a character flaw. We have to start building safe spaces in schools, workplaces, churches, where people can say, I'm not okay, and not be met with shame. Another tool is mindfulness, slowing down enough to notice the small moments of grace that exist even in grief. It might be sunlight through leaves, or your own breath, or a cardinal landing nearby. Mindfulness helps us return to the present, the only place where healing can happen. And finally, offer yourself grace. Emotional wellness isn't about erasing sadness, it's about learning to carry it with compassion. Some days will feel heavier than others, and that's okay. Healing isn't a straight line, it's a spiral that brings you back to your heart again and again. Logan taught me that love never dies, it just changes how it shows up. Every time I speak his name, every time I share his story, I feel him close. Out in the woods, when the wind rustles through the leaves, I sometimes imagine it's him saying, keep going, Dad. That's emotional wellness. The courage to live with your loss instead of around it. It's finding beauty in the broken places. It's knowing that pain and peace can exist in the same heart. And it's understanding that if we want to end this crisis, if we want to stop losing our sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, we have to go deeper than policy. We have to heal the emotional wounds that lead people toward the poison drug supply in the first place. We have to care enough to ask, what's hurting you? Because that's where recovery begins, in compassion. So, October is Emotional Wellness Month, but this message matters every day of the year. Emotional wellness isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Take one small step today. Step outside, breathe deeply, feel the ground beneath you. Remember that you are part of something larger, something healing. If you're struggling, visit logansvoice.org for other resources and support. And if this message touched you, please subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Tell me one thing that helps you stay grounded when life feels heavy. I'm Doug Ballinger, and I am Logan's voice. I am Logan's dad, and I will not be silent.